Hello and welcome back to the channel everyone. So today's video I'm going to review my Apple AirBook 13-inch. No, not really, it's not a Apple AirBook. You know when you buy an Apple laptop or an Apple product and they give you those big stickers? I was clearing out my office the other week and I found some of those stickers, so I put the sticker on here for a joke. I know this looks like an Apple laptop, but if I can get this off, it's actually a Huawei MateBook D. It's very similar in construction to a AirBook, but so I've had this Huawei MateBook D now for 12 months, so I thought I'd give it a 12-month review. Okay, so my girlfriend actually has an Apple AirBook, which I think the design of this is based on. So if we look at the Apple AirBook, obviously it's got the real logo which lights up. I've had Apple laptops in the past, but they always seem to die with sort of graphics card issues. So they're quite expensive to keep replacing Apple laptops. So I've been on PC laptops now for a little while. If we look at the size of them, the width, it's about the same. I think this is a bit thinner, kind of the front edge. So this bit here is a bit thinner, but they're very similar in construction. I think Huawei obviously, I won't say ripped off, but I guess kind of ripped off the design. But the Apple AirBook is such a nice classic kind of portable design. Why would you not base your design on it? Yeah, so they've both got the same kind of keyboard, very similar feeling, very similar touch pads, screen size. I think this is a 14-inch, this is a 13-inch, but not a lot in it really. Speakers obviously on the side here on the MateBook. Don't know where the speakers are on the... No idea where they put the speakers on the AirBook. Underneath, very similar as well. See more speakers, or I guess air vents. Yeah, so very similar laptop, not very similar prices. So why did I get the Huawei MateBook? Well, before I had a big clunky kind of 17-inch ThinkPad. The Lenovo ThinkPads, formerly IBM ThinkPads, are really robust laptops. I've had a few of them, and they're a bit like Toyota cars. They just go on to the point where you get bored of them. They just don't seem to break. And I had this 17-inch ThinkPad, which was a great machine. It was a 2012 machine, and it just kept going on, and I wanted a smaller laptop to travel with, so I sold my ThinkPad on eBay, and I took this on holiday to Mexico last year. It's really kind of, I mean, it's the same size as an AirBook, so it's quite easy to put in a backpack and take on a plane. It's great for watching films on the plane with. It allows me to use MetaTrader and do a bit of Forex trading while I'm traveling. I should be in Bangkok this weekend, so we had a holiday booked to Bangkok. Today would have been day one in Bangkok, but obviously because of coronavirus we haven't been able to go, so I've not been able to travel with this laptop as much this year as I would have liked.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
So I've got the original receipt for this laptop here. I paid £559.99 for the laptop, and I bought it on the 28th of April 2019. So, and I bought that from Argos in Andover.
Argos?
I mean, Argus, Lithuanian, absolute genius.
Of course, Argus.
So yeah, had it for a full year now. I think the price is quite reasonable for what you get. So this is the original box. It's quite sleek. It's not very big. It's not really anything on the back. It just says MateBook D. It's got Dolby Atmos sound, and yeah, it's got a Ryzen 5 2500U 2500U CPU, 8GB of RAM, 256 gig of storage, and it's got an SSD. So yeah, been really pleased with it over the year that I've had it. It's performed really well for me. So I've packaged it back up in the box just so I can show you how it comes packaged. So it's got a nice box, comes with protective foam there, just comes in this little protective sleeve. It's all really nicely packaged, I guess like an Apple laptop. I guess that's what they're going for. There is a MateBook Pro. This is the MateBook D, so the Pro is a slightly more expensive model. And I guess this is equivalent to an AirBook, and the Pro is, well, the MateBook X. Even the MateBook X or Pro is probably equivalent to the MacBook Pro. So yeah, that's the laptop. Comes with a USB-C charger. Obviously it comes with some instruction manuals. It's a 65 watt charger, it's a fast charger. The laptop charges for USB-C. And that's really great actually. You can use this to charge your phones, and your phones will charge quite quickly from this. And there's just a USB-C port on the side here. So you can charge it. I think you can use that as a USB-C port as well. You've got HDMI port, USB 3 port on that side. And then you've got another USB 3 port and a headphone or microphone socket. See a little dent there, but a year of usage, it's still in pretty good condition. In fact, the only thing that's broken is this cable. So this is, as you can see, it says Amazon Basics on it. I don't know how I managed to break the first cable somehow. I don't think that's a manufacturing fault, it's probably just wear and tear. These things break. One thing I did notice is when this cable broke, I was trying to charge my laptop. Because it's USB-C, I thought, well, I'll just charge it with a phone charger. And whilst you can charge it with a phone charger when the laptop is switched off, if the laptop's switched on, then a phone charger doesn't provide enough wattage, so you do need the 65 watt charger to power it. Well, you need the 65 watt charger anyway to charge it whilst it's on, because the laptop sucks the same amount of power as a phone charger can put in, so a phone charger can't really charge it if it's on. The great thing is if you're travelling around the world though, and you need to charge your phone and your laptop, you can just take the one laptop charger and charge both your phone and your laptop with the same charger. Okay, so I've had this laptop for a year now, so let's give it a test and see how long it boots into Windows. I've obviously used it almost every day in that year. I've installed software, uninstalled software, so it'd be interesting to see how long it takes. So I've got the stopwatch ready. Right, go. So about 3 seconds before the Huawei logo displays. And it's about 10 seconds to the Windows login. Just logging in. And there we go, 26 seconds to the Windows desktop, which is not too bad. I'm not saying it's the fastest or best laptop in the world, I'm just saying I've had this laptop for 12 months and here's my review of it. So as I mentioned, it's using an AMD Ryzen 5 2500U or 2500U CPU with Radeon Vega Mobile Gfx, 8 gigs of RAM, and it's got Windows 10 on it. It really has been very easy to use this laptop. It was just ready to go, didn't come up with much bloatware. The Ryzen CPU has a CPU benchmark score of 6561, which I'm sure isn't that impressive, but it's good enough for what I need it for. I use this laptop mainly for forex trading, obviously surfing the internet, do a little bit of work. I edit my YouTube videos on it with Adobe Premiere. One thing I've noticed is that you can't really edit 4K or a lot of 4K footage on this laptop. It will struggle with 4K, which is one of the reasons I film my videos in 1080p still. It's just a lot easier to edit. This laptop can cope with 1080p video much easier than it can 4K. I think if I wanted to make 4K videos, I need to get a new laptop. So as you can see, this CPU first came out in Q4 2017, but overall I've been really happy with this laptop. It's not caused me any issues, it's just worked flawlessly for a year. The only thing that's gone so far is the power cable, which was really kind of a wear and tear. Now, one thing that surprised me about this laptop is that I can play Grand Theft Auto 5 on it. I didn't buy it for gaming, but during this lockdown period I've been really getting into Grand Theft Auto 5, and as you can see, the laptop here is running the Grand Theft Auto 5 benchmark. It seems to get a solid 30 frames per second. I don't know if that's because the game is kind of locking that speed in, or whether just that's the performance of the laptop. I know a lot of people talk about 60 frames per second being good for games, but 30 frames per second, this game is certainly very playable. There's no noticeable slowdown, and I've been playing through the story missions on Grand Theft Auto 5 and I'm about 70% through now. Let's have some fun.
Hey, you enjoying yourself now, huh?
Okay, so would I recommend the Huawei MateBook D laptop? So after using it for 12 months, it's been really solid, reliable, has really performed with everything I've chucked at it. So I would actually absolutely recommend it if you're looking for a good mid-range laptop. If you're doing heavy gaming, perhaps maybe go for one of the more expensive models, or if you want to edit 4K video, then you probably should be looking at the MateBook X models. But I've done a moderate gaming with it, so I've played Grand Theft Auto 5, I've played Destiny 2 on here and it's handled that fine. Like with all my reviews, I've had this for 12 months now, so there is a new model out. The new model has the slightly newer 3500U Ryzen CPU, and the new model also has a fingerprint sensor where the power button is, and it has a camera mounted in the keyboard which kind of pops up. There's kind of a picture of it there. Camera's a bit weird, but I guess that helps with privacy because you can hide it, so it's moved down to the keyboard from up in the bezel. But yeah, I would absolutely recommend Huawei laptops. If you want to save a bit of money on an Apple laptop, or if you want a good mid-range Windows laptop, then this is a great choice. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe to the channel.